parents, and welcome. I want to take a moment to go over our pre-kindergarten and kindergarten orientation for those of you that missed it last night. I just want to make a quick video of what we shared, and so you have some opportunities to get the information necessary to begin our process of getting your child registered for either pre-kindergarten or kindergarten for the upcoming school year. First thing I'd like to do is welcome our fabulous office staff. Secretary Treasurer, Miss Morgan Hollinger, is probably one of the voice. She will be the first voice you'll hear if you call throughout the summer. If you call before the end of the school year, you may also talk to Miss Capri Higgins. She is our Secretary Treasurer, our Secretary Attendance Officer, excuse me, and she also is the voice you may hear throughout the school year, just to double check on attendance and issues like that. So those are our two secretaries, and both of them are very anxious to help you get started with the enrollment process, welcoming your child into school as a kindergarten student or a pre-kindergarten student. Our office staff or administrative team, as I myself, Mr. Klein, Ms. Becky Benson's my assistant principal. Mr. Jonathan Hardy is someone you'll most likely get to know pretty quick because he is outside every morning welcoming students in, and he is also assisting and getting students to their cars at the end of the school day. Ms. Jackie Davis, our case manager, and she helps with needs of all varieties. So she will be one person you may talk with over the course of your time here at Abbott Elementary. Nathan Griffin is our therapeutic counselor, and he serves needs from immediate counseling needs to some long term needs for students. And so he has been a gem to have on staff here at Abbott. Victor Torres, our school resource officer, he engages with children every day in a very positive manner, and our children really enjoy working with Mr. Torres. Ms. Jamie Rice is our building coach, and she works directly with teachers and children on individual and some group basis. And Ms. Sophia Manco is our Title I School Improvement Liaison. Our pre-kindergarten teacher, Ms. Diane Hackley, and our kindergarten team consists of Ms. Mary Schieferstein, Ms. Jennifer Arrett, and Ms. Haley White. We also have a fourth teacher coming on board. I cannot name her yet until she's been completely approved through our Human Resource Department, but I promise you she is going to be an excellent addition to our excellent team that we currently have on board. Here's a quick view of our agenda. We'll talk about our fall schedule, transportation, health and wellness, a couple of examples of our school days. I'm going to go through the supply list kind of quickly, but we'll talk about that as we get to it. How to prepare your child for school. I'll give some examples of summer activity calendars, and then we'll just talk about some quick videos. Fall schedule, looking ahead. Pre-kindergarten discovery days are between August 16th and August 27th. The first day of pre-kindergarten is August 30th. During discovery days, you will visit with Mrs. Hackley and Ms. Vargas. She is the classroom assistant for pre-kindergarten, and they will walk you through the day. They'll get to know your child a little bit and the environment that they're comfortable with before they begin their pre-kindergarten experience. Kindergarten conferences are on August 3rd, and that's where the kindergarten teachers will have a chance to meet with you, and they'll show you the locker, we'll show you where the classroom is, and where the desk is, and all those things as we get ready for that first day of school. The first day of school for kindergarten and all foreign community school students, other than pre-kindergarten, is August 16th. Transportation. All students arrive at door one. That's the door that faces the Smith Street side of the building. And we open our door at 7:55. We'd like our students to show up between 7:55 and 8:05. At 8:05, students are escorted with their teacher to the classroom. Students who arrive after 8:20 will be tardy. At the front door, students will be directed to the gym where they will wait for their teacher to take them to class. Dismissal begins at 2:50. And we start with our walkers. Our students who walk will go to door three, and that is on the Senate Street side of the building. After that, we start calling our car riders. They all dismiss out of door one, which is where you entered in at, and that is on the Smith Street side of the building. Our school nurse, Ms. Cecilia McVeigh, would like to remind us that there are some things we need to take care of prior to school. Immunizations is really important. Make sure you get those shots taken care of before the first day of school. If your child takes a medication at school, there are forms you need to fill out, and you need to talk to the school nurse before you send the medications in. Parents are responsible for letting the school nurse know of any conditions that may result in emergency or affect academic achievement, such as asthma, diabetes, seizures, allergic reactions. We really do need to know all of those things. And please keep your child at home when symptoms of illness are present. Fever, undiagnosed rash, consistent cough, vomiting, diarrhea, all those things. Your child should stay home that day for their health and safety and the health and safety of others. Here's a quick example of a pretty kindergarten school day. So you have our arrival. If they come in the morning, they will be offered breakfast, and that's just for the AM classes. Students who come in the PM do not have a breakfast option. They will have what's called manipulative work or hand work to do. They have class meetings. They have small group time to do activities. There's outside time every single day for our pre kindergarten students. They will be offered a snack. There's some choice time activities they have, and then their dismissal. And one of the things I really want to emphasize is making sure our arrivals and dismissals are on time. We have a very tight schedule here at Abbott, and that's for all grade levels. And we just want to make sure that we are on time with arrival and dismissal. Our kindergarten day looks very similar to beginning. We have arrival, we have breakfast. All of our classrooms from kindergarten up start with a morning meeting every single day. And in that morning meeting, there may be times we talk about we call brain aligned activities. Or you believe it or not, your child will learn a lot about how their brain functions pretty early in the school year, and that's very helpful in helping their overall learning. They'll have time for math. We do restroom breaks multiple times a day. There's a reading block, lunch, recess, special areas, which is art, music, and physical education, and then dismissal. Here's a sampling of items needed. You do not need to write this down, nor do I need to read all this to you right now. We will have supply lists available shortly after this current school year ends, and you can pick those up at the office at any time. And supply lists are also at some of the larger vendors per school. So you look at Abbott Elementary, what do we need? And our supply list will also be online. So there'll be multiple ways to pick up a supply list. And here's an example of kindergarten supply list. And it's kind of 2 pages here. There are quite a few things we need to make sure we get. So I strongly recommend picking up the supply list early, as soon as school is out, and start working on that. You can pick a few items up at a time, and it doesn't hit your wallet nearly as hard as it does trying to do all of it in August. How to prepare your child for that first day of school. Reading 20 minutes a day is extremely important. Talking to your child as much as possible. And really, when you talk, have them answer back. And I would avoid lots of yes no questions and have them start to explain themselves. The more they talk with you at home, the more comfortable they get with oral language, the better off they are when they get to school. Singing nursery rhymes or reading those types of books together is very helpful. Counting objects. There's a lot of ways you can do that. You can have them count while you're driving across town. You can have them count cars or count signs, things like that. And then kind of note into your head where they're getting stuck at so you can help them get through that next set of numbers. Teens are usually very challenging for children. They can get to 10 and then they kind of get stuck at 11, 12, 13. But once you get through your teen numbers, we can usually start to build on that pretty quickly. And then limit that screen time. And that's hard because I know we've just had a long year of spending a lot of time at home and limited ways to keep ourselves entertained. But this summer, everything should open up a little bit. I would limit that screen time and get them outside as much as possible to help prepare them for school. Good manners and communication skills. We will work on this all year with you. One of the things we've really been pleased with here at Abbott in the last couple of years is the manners that our children are building. And I've noticed it in the 4 years I've been here, a lot more pleased than thank you coming from children. And that starts at kindergarten. And we will work on that with you throughout the year. But good communication skills also. We want kindergartners to tell us what they need and not just point or get upset and throw themselves into tantrums when they don't get their way. That will happen from time to time here at school. We're accustomed to that and we understand that happens. And we will work with your children to work through those situations and try to help them better communicate their wants and needs with us. We want them to be able to stay attentive to a task or book for 15 to 20 minutes. They will not be able to do that the first day of school. Most of our students will be lucky to get about 4 or 5 minutes of attention without them being disrupted. We will add to that as the year goes. By this time of the year, most of our children, kindergarten especially, can sit for 15, 20 minutes and enjoy a book or enjoy a read aloud from the teacher. Kindergartners can stay quiet and wait a few moments while two adults talk without interrupting the conversation. That is very challenging. And something else I want to add to that is um, if this is your child's first school experience, they're not used to being around 20 people all vying for the attention of one adult at the same time. We are accustomed to seeing that in the first few months of school. They will learn this skill, especially of waiting their turn before they get adult attention. And it's not that we're trying to ignore them. It's that is something they do need to work on, and they will get there. Um, Start to practice doing independent things, opening snacks, zipping coats, cleaning up belongings. The more independent your child is when they come to school, the easier the transition is. Also, practice 2 3 step directions with them. Give them something to do, maybe a follow up step, and see how they do with that. And then communicate that with your teacher when you have conference days. Yes, my child can follow 2 or 3 step directions, and let them know. Or maybe they're struggling with that. That would be good to let your teacher know the first day of school, so they know that's something we need to work on immediately. And then send your children to school with comfortable clothes. I know, being a parent of 3 daughters, how fun it is to dress them up and have them, look very nice. However, kindergarten is a very active school day, and there's active time on the playground, there's active time in the classroom, there's time we're doing work on the floor, or we're moving from seat to seat, doing some different things. So comfortable clothing is gonna be very important for them, especially when it comes time to, going to the restroom and things like that. We wanna make sure they can do that, comfortably and independently. If they cannot tie their shoes, Velcro is a wonderful option. Your children should be able to state their name, your name, and their teacher's name by the first day of school. So as soon as we know teachers' assignments, we'll get them out to you and start practicing with your children as soon as possible. This is just an example. I'm not going to go over this of some school activities you can do in May. There's some suggested activities for June and July and August. And then the next slide I'm going to show you will have some links, and these are also on our Facebook page. But you can use these links. That last link down there, the full summer calendar, is the link for those calendars I just showed you. So please refer to those YouTube links, especially to kind of get a little more information on what to expect as you prepare for um, the upcoming school year. So I just want to take a moment and thank you for watching this video this morning. If you have any questions, please call the school. Our number is 467-5800, and we will be happy to help you answer those questions. And we look forward to having your children here at school next year as a part of the Abbott Wolfpack team.